Hi everyone, it's Jaden. Welcome back to my channel where I share information on health, fitness, and optimization. On today's video, I'm going to share a list of things that I thought during my health recovery while I was in the earlier stages and sometimes even in later phases that I thought I would never enjoy again. And you might have these thoughts too if you're going through your health crash recovery, and I just want to share my take and my insights and what happened to me and my experience with these things so that you could research it through my experience and also maybe find some reassurance and also maybe find some good tips that you might want to implement onto your own journey for recovery. So we'll just jump right in, as I always do on all my videos. I used to think when I was, especially in like phase 1 and 2, I thought I could never be the competitive athlete level that I am used to being my whole life ever again. So, because how you feel when you're having your health crash, when you push or when you're under stress, you're just like, like as I've mentioned before, like just if somebody just tapped me on the shoulder back then without me completely realizing that they're gonna do it, it would just, I would just go into like massive stress crash mode, right? So when you're in that state, it's so hard to imagine that, to ever be able to deal with that kind of performance and stress as an athlete again. Because not only is it physical, it's also very mental, and just that feeling of being not able to push in even just like the smallest things. Like you're just like, how can I ever do that again? So here I am, 8 months almost post full recovery, which is, it took me about 18 months to 2 years. Like the last, between 18 month and the full 2 years mark, it was like, I wouldn't really know what to call it, but I reached, phase 5 full recovery around like 18 months. I stayed in it and still was very careful for like up to 2 years, my full 2 years. And now I'm 8 months even past that. So, and I can just tell you, anyways, this is again my situation and my experience. I got all my athletic abilities back, all the competitiveness back, and even a little bit better than what I was doing in the last 10 years. And I wouldn't say that I'm as awesome as I was when I was in my, early 20s and in my late teens, because I was, fresh and young then. But for having gone through the health crash, I'm performing better than I would say the 8 years before the health crash. And part of that has to do with having the health crash. Because of the health crash journey, I learned my balance, I learned my limits, so I'm able to take care of myself better. So as I fully healed from the health crash, I've like got downloaded with so much more wisdom and awareness so that I'm taking care of myself better, and therefore, I'm better than myself around the 8 years prior to the health crash. Again, I wouldn't say I'm better than earlier than that, because I was like super young and fresh, and you could literally stay up all night, party, next day play a huge tournament, or go to like a huge performance, and you can audition and act every character that's highly emotional, and like you didn't even need sleep then. But yeah, totally came back. That, to my surprise, pleasantly surprised, I thought, oh, okay, this is never going to happen again. No, it came back. Everything was good with that. The next thing is, and without being too TMI, I am a very highly sexual person. I enjoy sex, and I thought during my health crash, okay, I guess that's going to be a thing of the past. I could never, enjoy it in the way that I prefer, the intensities and all that. I don't want to get into details, but yeah, I thought, I'm probably just not going to be the same. I have to like learn to be more mellow, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Like, I'm not saying like I was like a porn star or something. But it's just, I just thought, well, I kind of have to tone that area down a lot. I probably can't enjoy the same. But no, when I fully healed and fully recovered, it gradually came back. I can enjoy my sex life, as well as I ever did. So that's also something that fully recovered. And yeah. Okay, so the next thing is green tea. I love green tea, or matcha, or it's like the powder green tea. And I used to abuse it because it's actually a very healthy thing. And, Japanese people drink green tea all the time. We really enjoy it. And, but, too much is too much. Because I would drink, like, a lot. Like, a huge thing like this, like 3 times a day. I mean, I wouldn't put sugar in it or anything like that. I liked it, like, just plain. But, and it supposedly have, like, anti-anxiety nutrients in it and stuff like that. However, it's the same lesson I'm learning through the health crash journey. It's like too much of anything, even if it's good, it's gonna be off balance. So I drank a lot of it. I loved how refreshing it was. I was drinking this stuff like it was like water. Like, instead of water, I just have iced green tea. And once I had my health crash, I couldn't even touch it. Like, if I just had a drop of it, I would just, get shaky, nervous, and it would send me into anxiety, panic attacks. That was something I also thought, well, I can never have this again. It's like one of my favorite drinks. Here I am. And, throughout my health crash, as I was moving through the phases and I was getting better, I reintroduced it a few times. And I thought, like, in phase 4, I thought I could have it, but then I was still having reactions to it. Like, I would still get kind of jittery, and it wasn't ever as bad as, earlier phases, but I would still stay away because it just was too intense. But, so here I am, this last, I would say, month, or maybe the last 3 weeks. I stayed away from it for this whole time. Since the last time I tried it, I was in phase 4. And now I'm 8 months past phase 5. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to reintroduce it because I miss it. I just, and if I have some reaction, then I'll just put it aside and put it out of my mind. Like, I just can't have green tea. And I tried it. Actually, I'm having some right now. Nothing, guys. Like, I'm so happy because I love this stuff. And I can have it. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and drink it like I used to again. But I could pretty much, like, in the last 3 weeks, I just drank it when I felt like it, which is about once every 2 days. And, I have a good amount of it. No side effects, no heart palpitations, no weirdness, no, like, anxious feelings. I'm just so happy because that was something I just loved. And I thought, well, it's one of the takeaways from the health crash. I'm never going to be able to drink and enjoy my green tea again. And here I am able to. So that's 3 out of 3. That's pretty good. Okay. The other thing was, I thought I could never be the same kind of actor that I was before. Just because during your health crash, I mean, you guys all know this, all you are going through it, you cannot be emotional. And so to emote was like, I just thought, okay, I probably have to be one of those really flat actors or something. And I enjoy doing the roles that's like highly intense. I love playing villains and like deep, dark characters. I love all that as an artist. But I just thought, okay, well, that's also something I just probably can't do again. And again, here I am, 8 months later, full recovery. There is absolutely no limits to my emotions anymore, which is it's just so awesome. Doesn't mean that I will go overboard and like not work on myself in those areas where I used to get pissed a lot about imperfection and when I was working in group projects, like if people drop the ball, just because I'm someone who generally don't drop the ball because I'm so OCD and it just like go getter, like I'm just like that's just part of me. I would get really effing pissed if I've done all that I can and these people that I'm associated with drops the ball when I've made every effort to helping and making sure that the ball doesn't get dropped. And it would just I mean, talk about losing your shit. Like I would just get so pissed off, like deep hatred pissed when stuff like that would happen. And I'm not gonna do that because I've been working on that through this whole health crash. However, I can act and be yelling and be angry and raise my voice. I can be sad. I enjoy doing emotional scenes, and I thought I could never do it again, and now I can. So that is 4 out of 4. Okay. Here we'll go into some that isn't, like, I didn't fully get back. Okay, so I had a lot of eye symptoms. So during my health crash, I couldn't binge watch anything anymore because if I like stared at a screen too long or like the TV or whatever, I can't. Like my eyes just get so fatigued, and then it would like kind of make me feel like I'm gonna like drop dead. So I stopped, as part of my recovery to like I stopped abusing my eyes too much. I just don't watch stuff for too long. And now that I would say I'm back to like 95%. Okay, I definitely can feel that I do have to limit my like show binging because I just can't. Like if I do too much, I will feel tired. However, I don't see that as like, oh, you're still not over your health stuff, because I mean anyone who watches that intensely and that long and that late at night is going to have some health eye fatigue stuff. So and that's part of me just adjusting to like, I was very used to doing too much in so many areas that like too much felt like the norm. So I'm just kind of coaching myself like Jaden, it is normal that you can't just binge shows and not pay a price. Okay, so the goal for me on that isn't to get back to where I could keep binging shows and not have adverse side effects, because that's just not healthy in general. So I also see that as a plus. However, it is different than before my health crash. Like I could before just push it and watch like shows late and my eyes would be fine, but now it's not so much, but it's good enough to where I can enjoy it in a healthy level. So again, I count that as a great thing. Oh, so raising my voice, there was months where I could not raise my voice. If I raise my voice beyond like something like this, like I had to talk like this a lot, which is so not me. I would feel fatigue. I would feel kind of like how you feel after you run like a really, really intense marathon. Like, but I wasn't huffing and puffing, but it was just the fatigue part of the exhaustion. It was set like if I just raise my voice too much, that is 100% gone. I could, yell, project my voice across the room and stuff like that. No fatigue. No, like, so here I am again. That's another thing that fully regained. My tolerance for impatientness, like, that's like such bad description. No, my ability to be patient is back also. Before the health, now in general, I'm just not the most patient person in certain things. I'm very patient when it comes to details and when I'm trying to help people, but I'm not patient at all when it comes to imperfections and group project where I feel like I'm being held up, and it's like, why aren't you guys performing and stuff like that. Again, that's totally something I'm working on, guys. None of us are perfect. I'm so far from perfect, and I'm so far from, a guru or someone who like thinks that I should be telling everybody what to do, and so that's just not me. I'm sure you know that my videos are never about me preaching to you or telling you what to do. It's just me sharing, and hopefully it helps you, because I found that it helped me listening to somebody else just sharing their experience that are similar to what I went through. But I don't think it helps when that person is very like preachy or like very absolute. Anyways, so I guess sidetrack very easily on these type of videos where I'm just rambling. The patience have regained, because during the health crash I had no patience for anything. If I had to repeat myself, I would flip out. Like, I was just so irritated. If I was just literally I would order, let's say I would put in an order at like the deli at the grocery store, and you have to wait for them to make your order. I would just be so effing irritated. Like, why am I standing here? Why isn't my stuff done? Like, I had no patience. And it wasn't because suddenly I became this crazy person. It was just because my hormones were low. I couldn't deal with stress, and that's part of it. Like, being patient is stressful in a way. And so when you have zero tolerance for stress because of your hormonal imbalance and the health crash, you can't tolerate anything. So that has also gone away. I am as patient as I've been most of my life. Again, the parts now that I have to work on is separate from the health crash. It wasn't because of the health crash. It's just my personality. And actually through the health crash, I'm learning that isn't good for me. So I'm changing that. Next would be my ability, like my reserves to deal with really stressful situations, like a move, or if you get, like, let's say you get into a car accident and there's just like a lot of stress to deal with like right away. And so during my health crash, none of that was even possible. It was like I was just like a sitting duck, ready for any type of stress to just like blow me away. Which, again, back then I thought, well, I guess this is gonna be me, and I just have to live my life around this and find a way to, survive and go on. But very much not the case. When you fully recovered, I like, all that has returned. I have enough reserves to deal with anything like that. Like, I could move apartments or house right now, and I'd be fine. Like, I could deal with that stress. I could take on a huge project. I would be stressed out just like any normal person would, but I wouldn't be overwhelmed. And so all that returns to normal. So pretty much what I'm trying to say in this video is everything returns to normal pretty much. And the parts that don't really, you kind of want to take a look at, were they normal to begin with ever? In my case, the parts that I didn't really fully regain were not meant to be regained. Like, they were never meant to be abused that much. Like my eyes watching those shows late. It's just, that's just not how you're supposed to live. But if you're used to it, you think that's supposed to be normal. You're supposed to get back there, and maybe it's not. So I would take a look at that, and I'm certainly doing that for myself. Anyways, I hope this video was kind of interesting and helpful. I thought it's great because back when I was looking for answers, I would have loved for people to tell me, all the things that is still possible, like after you fully recovered and all that. So that's what I'm giving back. Hopefully that this puts a smile on your face, because that always helps when you're trying to recover from this health crash. It's so much more powerful than you think. A little comedy, a little laughter, a little humor just lifts you out of that fight or flight, constantly searching for answers, like fearful. That is not the mode you want to be at. Check out my other videos for more information on the subject if you're interested, along with other videos of my recipes and other stuff that I'm interested in and sharing. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well on your journey to recovery and enjoying your Friday. It's Friday in LA, but whether it's Friday or Saturday or maybe Thursday. Enjoy your day. And I will see you guys on the next video. All right, thanks, guys. Bye. Just a quick reminder, I did start my own Facebook group, discussion group on health crash recovery and health and fitness optimization. So if you want to check that out, it's down in the description box. And yeah, I just thought I'd remind you guys, I did a video on it, but I'm trying to get as many people to join so we can get more and more of discussions going. All right, thanks, guys.